Active FM. Radio has never been better.
What is up?
Hello.
This is the movie show
Right here.
on your favorite ORSPS.
Yes, I'm Sash.
And my name is Sir Ryan.
And just excuse my voice for today. I'm kind of trying out something new.
It's lost
Yeah, it's definitely lost.
in the city.
In the city. It's definitely lost in
I
the
think
city.
we should take to the beginning.
The
The lost city.
The Lost City. So my voice is with a film that
Mhm.
has Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe, and Brad Pitt in it.
It blew up with the cars.
And my voice.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it did land up in one of the explosions. It was the
was
explosion
in the
where Brad
trunk.
Pitt was flicking his hair.
Yeah,
That
it-
explosion, my voice was there.
It was in the trunk. The car on the left.
Just all went to. It was trying to get to the wheelbarrow
There
with
you go.
Sandra Bullock in it, but
That's
it
right.
just didn't make it.
It was saying, come. Makes sense. The voice was saying, come.
Yeah. So we're doing a review on The Lost City.
We promised that we would do a less serious
Lighthearted.
film.
Mhm.
And yes, we did.
We did.
There were no
There's literally-
sparkles.
no,
there were
there are-
fireworks. I mean, not
No,
fireworks.
There were sparkles. She was in a pink sequenced jumpsuit
Okay,
for
alright.
most of the film.
And that suit took a number of 5,637 particles to create in the 3D.
Wait, so you're saying the suit was CG?
No.
But it was actually pretty interesting because I was watching an interview where like a lot of the actors were talking about this sequence jumpsuit that Sandra Bullock had to wear, and they actually said like it kind of became a character by itself because it's the most outrageous thing to wear in the jungle. Like no one would wear a sequenced pink jumpsuit in the jungle.
Yeah,
And yet the poor woman, gets kidnapped while wearing it.
it was just
Moral
the
of the story
wrong
is-
suit at the wrong time.
Yeah, moral of the story is make sure whatever you wear when you're being kidnapped is, like
Yes.
something that is not a pink jumpsuit.
Yeah, and while you had to check the kidnapper's schedule to know when you're next.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think, didn't her PA or whatever still say, you're just going to go on, you're just going to no, and then after that, you're done, type of thing, and
Yeah.
then you can take it off.
Take it off.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
Really wasn't.
I mean, she went through a whole jungle,
Yeah,
so there you go.
yeah. No, it was intense. But it's a light-hearted film.
Enjoyable
It's comedy. It is...
Family friendly,
Family
sort of.
Wait, it's not family
sort
friendly.
of.
So we watched this in cinemas, right?
I noticed that they didn't say... They said cheese and whiskers or rice, cheese and rice. I was like, what the heck? Where does that come from?
For me, it was the nude scene.
Yeah, that part just messed.
That was unnecessary. That was really unnecessary. I don't even get actors when they. So apparently, I read somewhere that Channing Tatum was so comfortable doing it. I was like, what?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I don't agree with it. I'm not for nudity in films. I think you can suggest something without actually showing it.
Is that just like a... How do I put this? I mean, obviously he's built, right? Because he's like a dancer and stuff like that. Do you think it's just because he knew? I know, got a good figure.
Maybe. I do think they get paid more for it as well.
That would only come out, I mean... Yeah. Anyway, that was something... But... for me, my favorite actor in this whole film was Brad Pitt.
Yes, Brad Pitt was the best. Can we just talk, spoiler alert, big spoiler alert, like huge spoiler. The fact that they killed him finished me. Like, my mom was horrified. She was like, how could they kill Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
I was like, that was brilliant.
I was expecting him to come along with the whole thing. I was like, oh, cool. All right. Awesome. Yay. And then, and I was like, oh.
You know why it was funny?
It was
Is
a downer
because
for me.
in movies like this, the Brad Pitt character is not the character that gets killed. It's the other characters. And yet he was the first character to like go down. You were like, oh,
And it was so unexpected.
yes. Like you almost expected him to come back to
Yeah.
life. Like the fact that he didn't shocked. But then wait, another spoiler alert. He did come back at the end.
Yeah.
I was
like, yay.
that was funny.
Awesome. So, yeah.
But there's actually quite an interesting background to how Brad Pitt got into this film. So what happened was Brad Pitt's, I cannot wait for this film to come out. So he's acted in a movie called Bullet Train. It looks amazing. Go and watch the trailer. It looks amazing. It's called Bullet Train. And Sandra Bullock's doing a cameo in it. So they befriended on the show because even though both of them have been doing films and, you know, in Hollywood for the longest of time, they've never acted together. They've actually never done a film together. So Bullet Train was the first film that they'd done together, and because they befriended, Sandra Bullock then asked him would he then appear as this role in The Lost City, and he accepted the cameo. So that's actually the only reason why he's in the film, is because they'd done Bullet Train before this. Bullet Train hasn't come out yet. The Lost City's
I was just about to say, was it a good film? Should we do it next week? But no, it hasn't.
I
come
wish, but we're still waiting for it to come out. Yeah, that movie looks amazing. I'm so excited for that film. Like, it really looks.
There's a guy called Bad Bunny
in the film. No, his actual name.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Must be an artist or something.
Yeah.
And in the film, he's called Wolf. Anyway, that's Bullet Train coming up in 2022.
Yes.
Active FM.
Go watch the trailer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, let's have a debate show, right? So we had Sandra Bullock, we had Brad Pitt, who was amazing, and then we had Channing Tatum, right? Do you know that originally? Let's try and get a guess here, Ryan. Who do you think? So Channing Tatum wasn't their first choice for the role. Who do you think was their first choice for the role?
Brad Pitt.
No.
This guy. What's his name? The Daniel.
He wasn't in the movie.
Damn it.
Who was, as in for the character of, what was his name? Dash? Or what was the guy's name?
Yeah, Dash.
Yeah. Who?
Yes.
There was someone else they had in mind for that role. Any guesses?
It could be any. There's like a million characters that. Yeah.
So nothing. No one comes to mind.
No.
You don't even want to try, say, a random Leonardo DiCaprio. No, it wasn't Leonardo DiCaprio.
What about Schmiegel? What's
Andy Serkis?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. So, Ryan Reynolds was originally sought after for the lead male role, marking this a reunion with Sandra Bullock after The Proposal 2009. So they did The Proposal together in 2009, but a deal couldn't be reached, and Channing Tatum was cast instead. Personally, I'm sad that Ryan Reynolds...
It would have been better with him.
It really would have been better with
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds. And I really enjoyed The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. That was a good film. I enjoyed that. So it would have been nice to actually see that reunion again.
It would have been way stronger as well.
Yeah.
I didn't find... not that I didn't find... Yeah, I found Channing Tatum not too strong. His character, it was like, type of thing.
Yeah, no, I definitely would have liked it with Ryan Reynolds and Brad Pitt. That would have been hysterical. Honestly, although I suppose Ryan Reynolds has been busy, because there was the Red Project, which it's been released on Netflix now. There's the not the Red Project. What was the one with Gal Gadot and The Rock? The Red List, the Red something. That one. And then you had the Adam Project. Yeah, so he has been really busy. Shame. But still, it would have been awesome.
And I think he would have added a lot more lib and thrown in a lot more lines and stuff like that. But apparently they got along quite well.
So she's 16 years older than him.
Yeah. Wow.
That's why when they did the romance, I was like...
No, I was... yeah, I didn't see it like that. I was just like... And then when the romance did happen... Towards the end, I was just like, no. And so with yeah.
Can I be honest? I feel like this film, though, also was like, one of those comedy films that rips off other movies. So for example, if you've watched we actually should do this movie on the movie show, right? It's called Isn't It Romantic, right? But the whole film is basically ripping off romance films. So it's like, it's a comedy, but it's ripping off romance films. So they put in everything that romance films would normally have, but they rip it to shreds. It's hysterical. So I kind of feel like with this movie, they did that. Because like the part where Brad Pitt's running with the explosion behind, like, where did the explosion even come from? Do you understand what I'm saying? And then Daniel Radcliffe's character still says, why are things exploding? So it was one of those things where they were ripping off other movies.
And plus Liam Hemsworth, isn't it?
Yes, and Rebel Wilson.
I think we should watch this.
Next week, coming to you, Isn't It Romantic?
Definitely.
It really is a good film. But that's kind of how I felt The Lost City was. It was like a rip-off of action-adventure films.
Yeah, because I also expected the jungle to be a bit more tougher on them. And they just sort of walked through it. I mean, they had the leeches, but then
there was that whole bike sequence, which was quite funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was very funny, actually.
Yeah.
But they were like, do you think he died? That was the wind, right? That wasn't us.
I mean, he was supposed to just, and then the other guy, why was the guy even there?
Exactly.
Type of thing.
Yeah, I know.
Agreed.
One thing, I don't know if you noticed this, Ryan. Sandra Bullock's hair changed length during the film. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
So did his.
His did also.
He had a bit of hair, and then next one I noticed his hair was like all shaved.
At the end of the film.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I also noticed that.
But her hair was like in a matter of seconds. So with his hair, you're still like, okay, fine, 3 months have passed, whatever. He decided to shave off his hair. Don't know why he decided to do that, but he did. With her, so she's in the pink jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Her hair's a certain length. Then they go to that town and she changes into almost that like Spanish outfit.
Yeah,
and
that's
suddenly her hair is like really long. Like it was really
sure.
like you could see she had extensions on, and I don't know if they were like trying to go for the whole like Spanish look, in the action adventure films.
So you think that they added on to her hair?
Definitely.
Oh,
definitely added.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that was part of the comedy, so it could have been like.
So as in someone was supposed to notice that. Well, you did.
I did notice that. Yeah, I was like, her hair's longer. Why is her hair longer?
Like it was supposed to be a lot more obvious.
Maybe. Or maybe it wasn't. And I just noticed something that wasn't supposed to be noticed.
Maybe only the woman noticed. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because that doesn't... Because I think they would throw in a comment just to make it more...
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there you go. Have a look. Take a look for that.
Her hair grew.
Her hair grew. Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd like to say that if you go to YouTube right now, if you're not on YouTube already, go look for Active TV. And then search under the playlist our podcast show, and we brought up the images already. So I know a lot of people are like, wait, stop this, stop, go
back,
and they would have seen. Oh, okay, there you go.
Her hair grew.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. No. Can we talk about Daniel Radcliffe as a villain?
I liked him as a villain.
Have you ever seen Now You See Me Too?
I might have. I can't.
He was
remember.
also a villain. It was kind of like the same character.
He's a good villain. He's got this very sharp way of talking.
But he's a good villain.
He is.
He's like, no, as in like, at first you're like, this guy's not bad. He's trying to be bad, but he's not bad. Well, and then as the film went on, you're like, okay, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's kind of the vibes.
I liked him.
No, he was.
I liked him. Brad Pitt and this guy.
Brad Pitt was definitely my favorite character, I'd say. So when he died, it was kind of like
My wife said that usually she's not a big favorite of Brad Pitt because he's just this like, that guy that comes on and butter's supposed to just like melt all over him type of thing. But in this one, she loved him because he was all rugged and stuff. It was it was so good. I was just like, what the heck? Like, especially the first action sequence. I think that was my favorite part of the whole film. Like, he starts running up to the gate. Like, nobody does that. Usually they like sneak up and he just starts running, jumps the gate, like lands on the guy's neck, flips him over. And then he just starts wiping people out one by one.
The funny part was when he'd punch someone and knock them out, and then Channing Tatum would punch them. And he'd be like, why'd you do that? That was funny.
I'd just try to get in.
But I imagine that scene with Ryan Reynolds.
You see?
Oh, man.
It would have been brilliant.
Oh, man. They should have delayed filming. They should have said, you know what, Ryan, we want you, man.
We're waiting
We'll
for
wait.
you.
We'll wait for you. Yeah, no, they should have. Yeah. Do you know that Channing Tatum is dating Zoe Kravitz, who played Catwoman in The Batman?
Oh, is it?
Yep. So he was at the Batman premiere with Jason Momoa, who's her stepdad.
Oh, what? Wait. Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. So,
Talk about connections, eh?
yeah. For me, though, Channing Tatum,
He's coming on in years, eh?
he is.
When I saw him on screen, I was like, "Yep, he's bad boy dance days are coming to an end."
But I feel like he's the same character in every movie he plays. Like, I've never seen him... Like, Brad Pitt, you can see in 5 different movies and he's completely different.
And he looks cool every time.
No, but sometimes he doesn't even. So, like, remember he was in Inglourious B with Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
He didn't look good in that film, but he was brilliant in that film.
Yeah, no,
he was
good.
so good in that film.
He's good.
So, like, every time you see Brad Pitt, you never know. Like, he pulls off every character. Even in, like, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he was completely different. Like, completely different character. Whereas with Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock's the same. If Sandra Bullock's in a film, you're watching Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Just in this film. You're not watching her. You get some actors where...
I agree.
Yeah. Like, they act differently. So... You don't even pick up it's them. Like, when you say that so-and-so from that film, you're like, oh, flip, it is, hey. It's like Kenneth Branagh is like that. Then you have actors where they're just themselves.
How did you feel about Daniel?
I think he did a good job. I personally haven't seen the Harry Potter movies.
What was his name? You haven't seen him
So I don't really know.
I was about to ask you, what was his name in... Oh, of course. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Right.
Yeah. His name in Harry Potter was Harry Potter.
Yeah. You know, there were certain things, certain...
mannerisms.
Lines that he did. It reminded me of...
Really?
Yeah. He's got that same, like... The only way I can describe it, he's got this you know, I know a lot of British people also do it when they get cross. They talk with quick words, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does the same thing in both Harry Potter and in this one. I think I almost feel like he grew a beard so that he couldn't be recognized as Harry. Literally. Yeah, that's how.
Do you think for someone like him, like, because he had that role of Harry Potter,
yeah, I know, he's stuffed.
It's kind of like defined his career.
He's stuffed.
And now, like, from there, it's just like, oh, look, there's Harry Potter.
He needs to have a good meeting with, what's his name? Schmiegel.
And find out how do you
change what you're doing every time. The thing,
though, is Andy Serkis, whenever Andy Serkis is in a film, he looks different. Because he's often doing, like, CG characters.
Yeah.
So, like, he was in Lord of the Rings, and then he was in Planet of the Apes. But you didn't know, because in Planet of the Apes, he was Caesar, who was an ape.
But look at him in Avengers. Who was...
Yes.
Where was that? Afrikaans ook.
And you don't know.
Now, if you show me a kettlefish, all I have to do is talk normal in my normal accent to pull off that one.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah.
He's good. Andy Serkis is very good.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is a feel-good film. There is that one little part where you literally see Channing Tatum's behind.
Yeah.
For like a good, solid 2 minutes.
With bites all over it.
It was, unnecessary. Yeah. But it's a funny film. It's a funny, like, light-hearted, just put the TV on and watch something and laugh at Brad Pitt as he runs away from an explosion that came out of nowhere and flicks his hair. Yeah.
It was good.
It's one of those.
There was a lot of hair. And there was CG in this film.
There was?
Yeah, of course there was.
Where was the CG?
Where do you think the volcanoes came from?
Very true.
They had set extensions.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah. You know the beginning where there was all those snakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were only a few snakes. So they obviously added in the snakes.
So there were actual snakes?
Yeah.
Wow.
There were a few on the side. Like I saw the behind the scenes. There was obviously a snake handler, and so whenever they're like, okay, cut, they would put a board there between like the actors and the snakes, and they'd be like 3, 2, 1, action, and then I'd lift the board up.
What if the snake wait for them? Like, so in other words, you're safe while we're filming, but as soon as we stop filming, the snakes know and they will bite you.
I think that's where the snake handler. I think he has permission to jump in, in the midst of one of their lines.
I love they used that in the actual like final cut.
Yeah. And the action sequence, the wheelbarrow scene where she's in the wheelbarrow, that was like literally one take.
Yes.
But if you see like the behind the scenes how they blew those cars, I was like, well, okay, that's cool. That's cool. For me, the action sequence, that part right there, that was my favorite. Yeah. So I think for most action junkie guys, You can watch up to that part and you can be like, yeah, great film.
Do you feel like the film started off well, like really well, and then got to a point and then just kind of like started fizzling?
No, we watched the whole film through. We were just, I didn't feel, I was entertained.
From beginning to end.
Watched it and I was like, okay.
Yeah, no.
What did you?
No, I'm just like, because you were saying that was your favorite sequence, and that's like right in the beginning. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like,
well, like I said, after when Brad Pitt came on, I was like, yeah, this is a great film. Then he died, and I was like, why did he have to die?
Yeah.
But then it went on. I was like, oh, okay.
He had a very big cameo, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
That's a very big cameo.
It was good. And
normally a cameo is like very short.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, 2 disappointments with the film. Number 1, the fact that Ryan Reynolds wasn't in it. Big disappointment. Big disappointment.
Absolutely.
Number 2, maybe they could have killed Brad Pitt later. Or maybe he came back sooner.
No, I think they killed him before we got even more attached, you know.
Everyone is attached to Brad Pitt.
But I mean,
this is Brad Pitt.
Look at it. Look at what happened, right? Dash, who was in the beginning, he was the hero. Then they went out in the jungle, and then he was like the big, girl type of thing.
The big girl.
Exactly. Because the whole way through, she was like just doing it. She was just like, okay, come, let's go. And he was like, I can't swim, and all that stuff. And then Brad Pitt came along, and then he was just like even worse. And then he died, and then he sort of like started picking up a bit. He was a bit more here, And then, of course, he was like the enemy. And then he was like, the hero again. And then he was like the guy because, they decided they're going to get together. And then the movie ended. And then there was Brad Pitt again. And it was like, yeah.
Brad Pitt again was cool.
You see?
Like, told you. I was in the cinema and someone said to me, there's no end credit scene. It's not a Marvel film. We're like, just wait. We're watching the credits.
Yeah.
Respect the credits. And then there was an end scene. I was like, ha! There's an end scene.
So if you haven't watched the end scene, go check it out.
Stay for the end scene.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt comes back.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I must be honest, I am looking forward to Bullet Train, and I think I'm going to enjoy Bullet Train more than this film.
It's a bit something different, I think, on our list as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think we usually do like all those top, the Marvel movie, the Batman film, the one that the big producer did, or the...
Yeah, when I looked at this director, his name's, I think, Adam Nee. Like, he's done other films, but I don't know any of them. And it's not like a lot. It was maybe like 3 or 4. And I was like, I don't really know this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a cool film, funny film, easy to watch film.
Must go see. Well, not must go see. Well, you should go see it.
For me, though, what I really enjoyed was they brought in, when Brad Pitt starts the action sequence, they play a song that is the theme song for Peaky Blinders. And I was like,
oh, really?
Because that series is such like a gangster series, like that song, and the song goes with the main character who's like the ultimate gangster. So when that song plays, it's just like, this guy's hardcore. And then when Brad Pitt's like running up to the gates and that they're literally playing that song, I was like, that's why I feel like they kept like nodding to modern cinema and series. So that's why I feel like it was almost like a tribute / rip-off of films and series.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's what they did.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
So, next week we will be returning with the rip-off of romance movies.
Yeah.
So watch it, and then you can be with us.
And you can join us next week.
In the review. Yeah.
Great film.
Mm-hmm. But as for this week, I will now go and find my voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should get hold of, if you guys know, Corridor Digital.
Oh, there we go.
And we need to ask him to replace Channing Tatum's face with
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and his voice as well.
Definitely.
You can do that, you can, even the voice and something funny that he would say. So let's hope we get someone, someone's attention there.
And they'll do it for us.
And they'll do it from us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. But this has been The Movie Show.
On your favorite ORSPS.
Peace out.
Cheers.